We're live at the 2015 graduation ceremony of the HLSCC Community College. Today is our 22nd exercise, and I'm here with the proud parents of our 2015 top student, Kiana Farrington, and your name is, sir?
Walford Farrington.
And I'm Suzette Farrington.
And how does it feel to be the parents of our top students today?
I feel really pleased and happy about it.
We are happy about it.
Very.
I am overwhelmed.
You're overwhelmed?
I'm really overwhelmed with excitement and to know that my daughter is a top student. It's
You're filled with butterflies.
it words cannot express how I feel at this time, at this moment. Yes.
Were you expecting that she'll turn out to be the top student of her class when it was time for her to leave now at HLSCC completing her AA degree?
I expected her to do really well. She's always maintained on a roll from the time at primary school level. She was the salutatorian at Robinson O'Neill, and then she went to St. George's and she was the salutatorian there. She was top student for CXC, so I expect nothing less. She just wowed us with the top honors, but we expected her to come home with at least summa cum laude, but she was pushing and she did not want to accept summa cum laude. She told me, "Mommy, summa cum laude is not what I want. I want to be 4.0, and she worked tirely and endlessly to bring that home for us, and she made us proud, and she did it for herself because this is what she wanted.
That's good that she did. It wasn't that you or anyone else was pushing her to do it, that she wanted to do it for herself, and she had that will and determination to do it because it's just something she wanted to make happen. That's good. That means she really has a very strong drive for for high excellence in academics.
Yeah, from Ashley Primary School, Kiana always been fighting with the top students, and sometimes
her challenge.
they fall out, they make back up, but she's always been a fighter when it comes to that. She never want to be underneath. She always want to be on top.
She wants to be on top.
And I think it's been a great thing for her.
I think she's going to be extreme. But can you tell us what she wants to be when she moves on from here? What profession does she want to do?
She wants to do accounting, but she wants to do more so forensic accounting, which is more detailed accounting.
Gets into it deeply.
Yeah,
Okay.
like when you do investigative stuff. So that's what she really wants to major in. Right now, she's going to take a year off because she worked really hard and pushed to be where she is today. And
She doesn't want to break.
She wants a break.
Yeah,
That's
she
understood.
Then
So
she's moving on to England next year,
Okay.
God spare life, so that she can finish up her master's.
Okay, that's great.
Sometimes I wonder, how she do it. At times she will call me late at night, and she's up late. She got to get up early in the morning, come to Territorial, go to classes, and get back late. She still has to do homework, and I must say a great thanks to some of the teachers who has been helping her from primary school, like Gracia Stevens, the teachers from down at St. George's who's been looking after her the right way, and I really want to say a great thanks to all of them.
And coming
she
from
has one
Virgin
teacher
Gorda
at
makes
Virgin
it
Gorda
even.
there as well.
Yes, and coming from Virgin Gorda makes it even more difficult because you have that travel of taking the ferry to come to classes and late night. So that's an extra toll on the student. And for her
Yes.
to come out on top, that's
Right.
extremely, extremely well. Well, the
And
procession is
there's
about...
also another teacher, Esrina, who's there at the Virgin Gorda at the high school, and who's been helping her tremendously. And
Okay.
so
you're
it's a
very
great
pleased to
thanks.
say thank you to her as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, the procession I can see is now started, so we'll have to take a break from here. But thank you, and I wish Kiana all the best in her future endeavors, and
Thank you.
continue supporting
Yes.
her.
Thank
Thank you
very
so much.
All right. Bye.
and Minister of Finance, Dr. the Honorable Orlando Smith and Mrs. Smith, Deputy Premier and Minister of Natural Resources and Labor, Dr. the Honorable Kedrick Pickering and Mrs. Pickering, Minister of Education and Culture, Honorable Myron V. Walwyn, Minister of Health and Social Development, Honorable Ronnie Skelton and Mrs. Skelton, Minister of Communication and Works, Honorable Mark Vanterpool and Mrs. Vanterpool, Deputy Governor, Mrs. V. Inez Archibald, Representative for the 2nd District, Honorable Melvin M. Turnbull and Mrs. Turnbull, Representative for the 6th District, Honorable Alvaro Maduro Keynes and Mr. Emmett Keynes, Territorial Representative, Honorable Archibald Christian and Mrs. Christian, Permanent Secretaries, other senior public officers, Chairman of the Board of Governors of the H. Lafferty Stout Community College, Dr. Charles Whitley and Mrs. Jenny Whitley, MBE, other members of the Board of Governors of the H. Lafferty Stout Community College, other members of the platform, graduates, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is my distinct pleasure in the name of the Board of Governors, officers, and faculty of the H. Lafferty Stout Community College to call the 2015 graduation exercises to order. Pastor Ezra Letsom will deliver this afternoon's invocation, immediately after which the national anthem and territorial song will be rendered.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we come before you in thanksgiving this afternoon. We say thank you for the occasion for which we are all gathered today. But we also say thank you for sustaining us all, Father, for your grace that is upon us. You have kept us in our going out and our coming in. We say thank you, Lord, that you've lavished your love upon us. So now as we gather here to support the graduates of 2015 HLSCC, we ask, Father, that you would bless this ceremony this afternoon, that you would stretch out your hand upon us yet again. Father, we ask that this service may go decently and in order, and we thank you in advance. In Jesus' name, amen.
God save our great
Dr. Bryan Penn, Acting President of the H. Lafferty Stout Community College.
Good afternoon. I am Dr. Bryan Penn, Acting President of the college, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 22nd graduation exercises of the H. Lafferty Stout Community College. I would like to recognize collectively those members of the college's Board of Governors who are able to join us today, some of them traveling from far afield to do so. Would the board members please rise? Thank you. I also recognize President Dr. Carl Dawson, who is currently on leave. I would now like to take a brief moment to introduce Thank you. I would now like to take a brief moment to introduce those sharing the platform with me this afternoon. May I ask those individuals to rise as I call their names, please. The Honorable D. Orlando Smith, Premier. Honorable Myron V. Walwyn, Minister for Education and Culture. Dr. Robert Mathavius, Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer, Financial Services Commission. Dr. Charles H. Wheatley, OBE, Chairman, HLSCC Board of Governors and President Emeritus. Dr. Sauda Smith, Acting Vice President, HLSCC. Dr. Luverne Baptiste, Registrar and Director of Enrollment Management, HLSCC. Pastor Ezra Letsom, Church of the Islands. Dr. Clarissa Lane, Dean of Arts, Sciences, and General Studies, HLSCC. Mrs. Bernadine Louis, Dean of Workforce Training, HLSCC. Mr. Shea Alexander, Student Respondent. And our marshals, Mr. Fidel Captain, Senior Lecturer, Business and Computer Studies Department. Mr. Roberto Harrigan, Senior Lecturer, Humanities, Social Sciences and Communications Department. In the spirit of close collaboration which exists between our college and the Chartered Management Institute, we are particularly pleased to have members of the Chartered Management Institute participating in these exercises. And now my remarks. I acknowledge the protocol already established. The French novelist Anatole France once said, quote, "To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but dream, and not only dream, but believe," close quotes. Graduates, you have dreamt, believed, and acted on your HLSCC goals. Congratulations for achieving this milestone. I also congratulate the respective families of the graduates. I fully expect that your individual and collective journeys and experiences were rich and filled with many individual lessons, and very invaluable as well. You no doubt extracted essential lessons from each experience and are using each as a building block to success. These experiences should serve you well in your professional and personal lives. Your respective programs provide you with the foundation needed for success at the entry level of your chosen profession and in academia for those that you are going on to study further. Regardless of your chosen path, always seek meaning and relevance in everything that you do. Newton Baker, former U.S. Secretary of War, once said, quote, "The man who graduates today and stops learning tomorrow is uneducated the day after," close quotes. As natives of the information and digital age, you no doubt understand very well the expansive breadth of the former and the highly dynamic nature of the latter. Therefore, there's a need to commit to lifelong learning and the relentless pursuit of excellence. Remain conscious of the positive correlation between what and how much you invest in your growth and development. The greater the investment, the greater the return. Do stay in touch with us and let us know how you are progressing and how we might serve our students better going forward. I take this opportunity to thank and congratulate the entire HLSCC family, the Board of Governors, administrators, faculty, staff, departments, and the advisory committees for working diligently to improve our educational product. The following reflects a sampling of the work and achievements of academic year 2014-15 at HLSCC. The college is currently celebrating its 25th anniversary this year, and in that regard, we had a Founders Day program which celebrated the work of the late Honorable H. Lavity Stout, visionary leader of the movement to establish a college in the Virgin Islands, amongst many other things, and a church service that was held in his honor as well. A book on the history and the development of the college will be published, and made-for-television documentaries that trace the history of the institution and tell 25 stories that celebrate the 25 years of the college's existence. They are being produced. The college has partnered with the BVI Health Services Authority and the National Certification Career Association, the NCCA of the United States of America, to offer healthcare-related courses. The NCCA is a global certification agency and academic professional membership association representing competencies in the fields of allied healthcare, rehabilitation, administrative, sports and fitness, and technology. This year, for the first time, we offered a medical billing and coding course, a dialysis technician's course, and a medical administrative assistant course, and 16 individuals earned certificates in them collectively. Data from the fall of 2014 showed significant improvements in the aggregate academic performance of our students when compared to their aggregate performance of the spring of 2014. 49 students made a president's list, which represented a 57% increase over the previous semester. 79 students made the dean's list in the fall of 2014, which represents a 58% increase over the previous semester, and 28 students earned perfect 4.0 grade point averages in the fall of 2014. Thank you, and that represented a 64% increase over the previous semester. The college's Beta Omicron's chapter of Phi Theta Kappa International, affectionately known to us as the BOSS chapter, researched and impacted the invasive plant species Scaevola on the territory's indigenous Scaevola and flora. That work earned our chapter 14 awards, 9 chapter awards, including the 5-star award and 5 individual awards. The chapter has moved up from 13th to 11th place in Phi Theta Kappa International ranking in a field of 1,300 chapters. We need to applaud them. Moreover, All student members of our chapter earn full scholarships to Jackson State University in Mississippi, USA. The individuals earning personal awards were student Ms. Deandra Wisdom, who won the Distinguished Chapter Officer Award for the Florida region. Dr. Sauda Smith, who won the Distinguished Advisors Award at both the regional and international levels. And she was one among 30 so honored individuals. Mr. Richard George has won the Continued Excellence Advisors Award also at the regional and international levels. Friends all, this is the second consecutive year of such great performances and results for HLSCC's chapter of Phi Theta Kappa International. The Business and Computer Studies and Mathematics and Sciences Department joined forces to stage the 2015 Computer Mathematics and Science Fair. The fair featured many innovative projects by motivated, engaged, and higher-order thinking students. In many cases, the students devised practical solutions to real problems for actual local businesses operating in this community. The Stingrays and HLSCC Chorale's spring concerts served as both entertainment for the audiences and performing and assessment outlets for the lecturers and students. Both objectives were met. Included in the many student-oriented co-curricular activities at the college this year were the well-researched and keenly debated proposition, vaccination should be mandatory, and this was a project in which the HLSCC combined with the Health Services Authority to stage this event. The Environmental Club recycled wood and glass scraps by making furniture and also did an extensive cleanup job at the Brandywine Bay Beach. Ms. Eva Baskin was the advisor of that. The well-organized and patronized Highland Springs race continued on Tortola and Virgin Gorda under the directorship of Mrs. Stephanie Rospin. Students attended the Disrupting for Good Leadership Conference held on Necker Island, which was organized by Virgin Unite on the Virgin Group and the Branson family brand. Mrs. Deborah Hodge and Ms. Eva Baskin escorted the students to that conference. The college is currently awaiting the Middle States Commission on Higher Education's decision regarding its accreditation bid. The college has submitted a comprehensive self-study report that highlights its compliance with the 14 best practice-oriented standards. A team of peer reviewers visited the college and interviewed the Board of Governors and the members of the administration, faculty, staff, and the student populations relative to the contents of our self-study report and the supporting evidence that we provided. After comprehensively scrutinizing the college, the visiting team concluded that the college appears to be in compliance with all 14 standards, for which we are very proud. They also provided recommendations and suggestions for improvements. Next, the Middle States Commission will independently review all evidence and findings provided by the college and also by its own reviewing team, and then they will independently decide on the college's accreditation status, and that will happen later on this month. The college is conducting an employer survey. The goals are to determine the current and future training needs of our private and public sectors and the employers' perception of the effectiveness of our graduates in the workplaces. The data will be used to better align the college's programs and short course offerings with the territory's actual changing needs. We view this as an important instrument and activity to the empowerment and sustainability of our economy. Randomly selected private and public sectors, organizations are being asked to assist. Please take 20 minutes of your time to fill out the survey. Interviews under the field supervision of Mrs. Sonia O'Neill will be available to assist if needed. Looking towards academic year 2015-16, much work will be done relative to our strategic plan and the Middle States Commission's recommendations and suggestions. The philosophical and pedagogical dimensions of our academic enterprise will be revisited for optimal effectiveness, and more programs will be brought on stream as the growing needs of our students and community demand. In closing, I again applaud you, the graduates, and wish you all much success, and leave you with this quote by President Barack Obama, quote, "Focusing your life solely on making a buck shows a certain poverty of ambition. It asks too little of yourself, because it's only when you hitch your wagon to something larger than yourself that you realize your true potential." Close quotes. We welcome each and every one of you in this assembly who have joined us today to celebrate with those who have completed their degree or certificate requirements. They will in short while receive our official acknowledgement of their attainment. The Premier, Dr. the Honorable D. Orlando Smith, will now bring greetings to the graduating students. He will be followed immediately by the Honorable Myron V. Walwyn, Minister for Education and Culture, and Dr. Charles H. Whitley, OBE, Chairman of the HLSCC Board of Governors and President Emeritus.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Premier, Dr. the Honorable D. Orlando Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Minister of Education and Culture, the Honorable Myron V. Walwyn, Acting President of the H. Lively Stout Community College, Dr. Bryan Penn, other distinguished platform guests, 2015 graduating class, faculty, parents, and well-wishers, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is not very often that many people get to address two large gatherings of Virgin Islanders and residents 2 days in a row, and less than 24 hours apart, but I'm very pleased to do so. Because today, not unlike yesterday, is yet another good story for the Virgin Islands. That is, your success on today's defining moment represents progress and the promise of greatness for the British Virgin Islands. This institution continues to be a central actor in realizing BVI's great promise. As we continue to celebrate 25 years of tertiary education, I'm reminded that it took one man to dream, so that many, including you here today, could fulfill your dreams. We continue to be grateful to the legacy that H. Lively Stoutler has left behind, one that reminds us that education is a great equalizer and a catalyst for progress. You would have heard my colleagues and I stress the importance of progress over the last few weeks. We did so because the continued success of this territory requires all of us to remain innovative, forward thinkers, and progressive. That is why I'm happy to see that so many of you are now equipped with additional skills, ideas, and knowledge to help this territory progress and advance towards long-term sustainability. You have worked hard, you have remained focused, and you have persevered. We are all here to celebrate your individual victories as you are rewarded with your degrees. And as such, I'm pleased to say a hearty congratulations to all the graduates today. Graduates, today signals another milestone completed in your lives, but you must continue to keep your hands on the pulse of success. Today you have proven that success is predictable when we plan properly today for tomorrow. So as you prepare to turn your tassels and to receive your diplomas and degrees, I want to speak briefly about tomorrow. What is next about your mission? There must be a deepening and broadening of the BVI's economy. One day to think outside the box, think creatively. Think about how that business, science, finance, or management degree can work for you as you create unique niches within the BVI. I'm challenging each and every one of you to contribute to the depth and breadth of a new BVI economy. It will require new innovation and innovative thinking. It will require decisiveness and fortitude. It will require education that is fit for purpose and progress. But more importantly, it will require you. You must be innovative, you must be decisive, you must be fit for purpose. Progress is about you. My government has started to lay the foundation to deepen and broaden the economy. Graduates, it is your job as artisans and builders to complete the structure. Remember, government cannot do it alone. We, all of us, must make progress together. We have a vision to promote entrepreneurship in every form. We need entrepreneurs. We have a vision to have BVI become a strategic transshipment port. We need logistics specialists, marine and construction engineers, master mariners, and port operators. We have a vision to create a special economic zone for the knowledge-based industries. We need builders, thinkers, marketers, strategists, project developers. We are building an arbitration center and industry. We need masters, arbitrators, technological innovation, and other service providers. We are building an airport. We need pilots, engineers, navigators, mechanics, vendors, etc. And yet there are still opportunities in many of the existing fields, such as financial services, tourism, and healthcare. For example, we have already built a world-class medical facility. Now we need your skills and expertise to be able to utilize it to its maximum capacity through innovation of medical practices, procedures, and businesses. Graduates, these examples are but a few of the untapped opportunities in the BVI. The point I'm making here is that what is next for the BVI and what is next for you is limited only by our vision and imagination. We must plan properly for the life we envision for ourselves. Starting today, think about the possibilities. Think about them in the context of the foundation we have laid for you, and chart the direction you plan to take in order for all of us to make progress together. Plan to make a meaningful role in making the BVI better than it is today. This territory is dependent on all of you to make a difference in this place we call home. That is the foundation on which this learning institution was built, and that is the basis on which we must move this territory forward. Now it is time for you to go out into this community and this world and make a difference. Some of you will continue on to other institutions of learning, while others will enter the workforce. Remember, none of us know everything, so let us listen and learn from each other. The success of this territory depends on you helping us as a government to make it happen, to build up your communities, to develop and grow our beloved Virgin Islands. Do not let the story of your achievement end here today. Persevere. I thank the board and the faculty for guiding your learning experience. My government will continue to evaluate, strengthen, and implement education initiatives to ensure the socio-economic advancement of this territory. I especially want to congratulate all public officers who are among you today. My government appreciates your zest for professional development. I look forward to seeing the new knowledge integrated in your respective roles as we work together to build a competitive and excellent public service. Congratulations again to all the graduates, as well as to your families and other supporters. I wish God's richest blessing on you as you look forward and seeing the great things you will accomplish as we continue to make progress together as we build the beautiful Virgin Islands. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Minister of Education and Culture, the Honorable Myron V. Walwyn.
Thank you very much. I'd like to, of course, acknowledge the Premier of the Virgin Islands. The Deputy Premier is here with us. We have Honorable Vanderpool, the Minister of Communication and Works, and Honorable Skelton, the Minister of Health. We have with us other elected officials who are here. The Board of Governors of the college, headed by the Chairman, Dr. Charles Whitley, other members of the platform, other distinguished guests. I see my very able Permanent Secretary, Dr. Marcia Potter, here as well. Other public officials, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Excellent. It is my distinct pleasure to wish you all a warm and pleasant good afternoon. I extend hearty congratulations to the class of 2015, and on behalf of the Ministry of Education and Culture, I admonish you first to be thankful for what you have achieved here at this institution, and second, to encourage you to continue on your path to success. Graduates, you deserve every bit of pomp and circumstance that you will have today, and I encourage you to soak up the moment as we celebrate you and as we celebrate your success. Give our graduates a round of applause this afternoon. This country needs you as we all work to continue its development and endeavor to maintain a stable and growing economy. Your success in your chosen fields will be important as we strive to build our twin pillars of financial services and tourism and begin to build new pillars. Whatever it is that you have decided to do after today, I want to encourage you to always strive for excellence and to also think of ways you can utilize your skills and talents to benefit our islands. The fact that you have toiled, persevered, and achieved your goal in completing this leg of your tertiary education or completed certification in a particular skill makes this time and year special for you. This new government also toiled hard and persevered on another journey, and we are thankful that we are all here this afternoon to congratulate you and continue to be a part of this process of developing a modern and progressive Virgin Islands for all. That is where Mark Vanderpool will say you can clap for that. This year is also a special year because this institution is celebrating 25 years since its doors were opened. It is exciting to see how the vision of our former Chief Minister, H. Lavity Stout, has blossomed and matured. And while we still have a distance to travel, we have achieved much that we can all be proud of. Over the last few months, the administration, faculty, and staff of this institution spent many hours defining the elements which will lay the foundation for greater recognition of this college and open doors to greater opportunities for our people. During the Founders' Day ceremony earlier this year, I challenged the college to go even further than we are right now and make this institution the best of its kind in the region. As leaders of this institution at all levels, we must always be aware of our responsibility to guide the young people in becoming nation builders. Leadership of this institution must be astute in understanding the direction of the country in order to guide the daily operations. As leaders, we must take a page out of the book of founder H.L. Stout and understand that we must be strong, resourceful, and committed. As leaders, we too must be involved in problem solving and displaying the skills of diplomacy to set the appropriate tone for the young people who walk these halls. It is only through such leadership that we will take the college to the next level and define our way of excellence. We must begin to explore more partnerships here in this institution with other fine institutions around the world so that we can deliver more higher education degrees to our people who, for one reason or another, cannot leave their home to study abroad. It is only through having unfettered access to education that our country will develop economically and socially. I believe that our young people, and you, our graduates, are the ones that will have the energy, the motivation, the new ideas, the shared gumption to move this country from where we are today to the country we want to become. As a government, it is our obligation to continue to support our young people and our mature students who have taken the initiative to retrain themselves so that they can make an even greater impact on this country. We believe that our education system must prepare our people for all opportunities that this nation has to offer. That is why we have already begun work in building a stronger bridge between the college and the secondary schools to ensure that there's a smooth transition. The CXC's Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Education subjects will be introduced in grade 12 at the secondary level with expected completion in the first year at HLSCC. Students' studies in such areas as entrepreneurship, communication skills, agricultural science, information technology will help our young people participate not only in the available market, but begin to form new industries, provide new prospects for employment, and add to the development of a vibrant local economy. We envision this college, through the Financial Services Institute, being marketed as the premier knowledge center for financial services industry in this hemisphere. We have built a tremendous industry over the years, and we must continue to build on this foundation. We have the opportunity to become stronger and be seen as the experts well beyond our shores. We must therefore make the changes and do all that we can to make this a reality. We must make the hard decisions for this economic pillar to thrive and to continue to be successful. I will remain persistent in my request for the Financial Services Program, the Center for Marine Studies, and the culinary program at this institution to be further developed so that they can become the flagship programs for marketing this institution to the region and to the world. Over the next 4 years, I look forward to much more emphasis being placed on these subjects so that they can be aggressively marketed outside of the Virgin Islands. Moving ahead, this institution must be seen as a place of ideas. We must be ready to position ourselves to become sought after not only locally, but in the region and indeed internationally for learning and research. In order to raise the profile of the institution, staff must not only be involved in academia, but also be involved in research, in the creation of new knowledge, which will be important to the development of the territory. I have to acknowledge the faculty advisors and students of the HLSCC's chapter, Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society Beta Omicron Sigma chapter for their efforts in research and developing such a culture among our students, which have been recognized for excellence within the international organization. I hope that as we move forward, many more such opportunities will be explored by both faculty and students, and give the faculty advisors and the chapter a round of applause for what they've been doing to represent the territory so well. This college must become the first stop for advice in certain areas of expertise in our country. This is also an opportunity for the college to raise revenue along with the funds that it receives from the government. When businesses in tourism, marine, financial services, and other areas are thinking of training programs for their staff, if they need research information, if they need surveys to be done, the first option should be HLSCC Community College, and the college needs to position itself in this 2015 to make sure that that happens. As we build closer ties with our regional institutions and those farther afield, then we become even stronger and are able to enhance the skills of the local faculty, as well as offer even more to our students, especially those who will find it difficult to leave home. This institution has enriched the lives of many in this territory who might not have otherwise had the chance for higher education. And we must continuously seek to ensure that for the next 25 and 30 years, this college remains a viable opportunity for the people of the Virgin Islands to enhance our lives through education. So it remains important that as education practices evolves, as our economy changes, and as the needs of our community change, so too must HLSCC Community College. Today, we gather to celebrate with the men and women who have entrusted this institution to help to guide them, to reform their ideas and shape them into citizens that will be successful and that will add to the development of this country, the HLSCC class of 2015. I want to encourage you to never stop learning. Though today will be a red letter day in your lives, I want to encourage you to look at education as a process, and one that is not always formal in the classrooms, but a journey of discovery, one of self-exploration and development of ideas. Education also gives you the obligation to impact our society in more positive ways. We literally just ended the 2015 general elections with the swearing in of your new government just 24 hours ago. As many have lamented, the campaign season was one that was hard on many fronts. Graduates, as learned members of our community, I want to challenge you to raise the level of discourse among ourselves in this community. I believe that it's through fact-based debates and discussions we have the best chance to bring out the right ideas to really shape a modern Virgin Islands. Throughout the campaign, I was surprised at how easily gossip became facts that shaped the decision of who would lead this country of ours. Men and women we all go to church with, our neighbors and friends were called many things, including demons. But what bothered me the most is that we continue to allow a very small population of individuals to attempt to reshape who we are via the blogs and treacherous electronic messages. I want to encourage you, class of 2015, to be bold and to go out in our communities and make a positive impact by using your voice, your knowledge, and your love for this country to declare that the Virgin Islands will not go the way of other countries who carelessly allow the character of citizens to be scandalized while the real issues faced in this country remain unventilated. Additionally, our country has to reverse the concept that all jobs and opportunities must be had in the public sector. As a country, we literally cannot afford to do that. We need to encourage more of you, members of the class of 2015, to become entrepreneurs and provide new services to our communities for both private individuals and also for the government. The education that the majority of you will receive is free and is paid for by the citizens of this country. Many of you will also be recipients of scholarships to study abroad, and it can no longer be enough that you simply return home to get a job. We need you to return home with fresh ideas, the ability to work with others to implement those ideas, and the ability to critically look at the needs of our economy and develop sustainable businesses to address those needs. To this end, our government will be funding internships for students that have recently graduated from college overseas for 2 or 3 years so that they can gain the experience, develop their ideas, and build up their competency to add to the development of this country when they return home. Graduates, today is not just about earning a new certificate or degree on a path to getting a better job or a higher paycheck. It is also about you making an impact in this community with your knowledge, your critical thinking skills, and your ability to persevere and accomplish major tasks. Your graduation is about you becoming a better person, and also about you being prepared to make this country a better place. It was Gordon B. Hinckley that said, "Every good citizen adds to the strength of a nation." And today I encourage you to continue to be good citizens so that the Virgin Islands can continue to be on a path of success. It cannot be left to be done by a government alone. For us to build a strong and vibrant nation, we need each and every one of you, and it is my hope that your time at HLSCC Community College has prepared you to be very good citizens of these Virgin Islands. Today, I would like to thank the administration, faculty, and staff for their continued hard work here at HLSCC, as your contribution to the education system is important. Please give the faculty and staff at this institution a round of applause for the hard work. It cannot be said enough that the work of our educators is important to the lives of our people. However, I want to say to you that the work that you do is also important to the livelihood of the Virgin Islands. So we thank you for your time and your investment in the lives of these students, and we look forward to your investments being realized in a skilled labor force and a thriving economy for this country. Graduates, I trust that today some of what I have said have caused you to think and begin to understand where we need to go and the important place each of you can play in the success of this country. I challenge you today to think about the future of this territory and the part that you want to play in helping us to continue our progress and to build a modern Virgin Islands. I once again offer my sincere congratulations to all of you, class of 2015, and wish you every success as you continue on your journey. Remain grounded, remain strong, and ensure that this country remains a place that we all want to live in. May God continue to bless you and bless these beautiful Virgin Islands. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please acknowledge the presence of the representative for the 1st District, Honorable Andrew Foy, representative for the 8th District, the Honorable Myron Penn, and the representative for the 9th District, Dr. the Honorable Hubert O'Neill. Thank you very much. I would now invite the Chairman of the Board of Governors of the H. Lafferty Stout Community College, Dr. Charles Wheatley, OBE, to come to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. In essence of time, I would like to adopt protocol that has been established, but I would like to also acknowledge the Premier, Dr. the Honorable D'Orlando Smith, and his ministers, and also the members of the House of Assembly, and to extend congratulations to Dr. Smith and his team for their success in continuing as the government for the country. I would also like to acknowledge our guest speaker, Dr. McSavius, and I'm sure you will be entertained by his presentation, and I look forward to that. It is an honor and a pleasure for me to join with the speakers who have gone before and to welcome you to this Silver Jubilee graduation exercises. And I think we have had quite a bit of information from the Premier and the Minister of Education, and we are certainly thankful to them for their vision. This year, 2015, marks an important milestone in the life of the college. As you have heard, and I will still repeat, it is the Silver Jubilee, a time to give thanks to Almighty God for the lives that the college has touched and the contributions it has made to the economic, physical, educational, and environmental development of the Virgin Islands. But while it is a time to celebrate its achievements, it is also a time to reflect on its failures or its weaknesses and to examine where we are carefully to chart the future and to make appropriate plans for the college so that we can move it to a higher level of excellence at every level of its operations. It is also a time to show appreciation to all those who have contributed to its 25 years of existence. Therefore, give me just a few minutes, and I take this opportunity to salute the pioneers who worked as consultants, members of the Board of Governors, academic advisors, administrators, and lecturers. I cannot name all, but I wish to mention the following persons: the late Honorable Lafferty Stout, who was founding chairman, the founding members of the boards of governors, Honorable R.T. O'Neill, Chairman Emeritus, Mrs. Lorna Smith, who was the first permanent secretary to work with the college when it was just, to use biological terms, it had just been conceived. And Mr. Bennett Smith, Chief Engineer of Public Works, Mrs. Eileen Parsons, the first bursar, Dr. Janet Smith, consultant, Dr. Noel Ellison, consultant, and the late Dr. John Wallace, consultant, the late Dr. Joseph Archibald, legal counsel, Mr. Omar Hodge, provider of the first home for the college, the late Theodore Provo, first president, and I also pay tribute to Presidents Dr. Michael O'Neill and Dr. Kyle Dawson, all administrators, faculty, and staff members who served during this 25-year period. The services of all combined have brought us to this day. When the Board of Governors held its inaugural meeting on March 10th, 1989, and I'm saying this for the benefit of you because we are a people who don't like to remember our history. And it is important that we know where we come from so that we can have some idea of where we should go. So when the board began in 1989, it was a venture of faith. And the first classes on the 14th of January 1990 in rented quarters put that faith in action. Since that date, HLSCC has continued to grow and serve the Virgin Islands. It has met many challenges on its journey of faith, but the college was fortunate to be under the direction of ministers like Honorable R.T. O'Neill, Dr. the Honorable D. Orlando Smith, and Honorable Myron V. Walwyn, all who have exemplified the essence of the Honorable H. Larity Stout's vision, felt the pulse of HLSCC, and so were able to help the institution through its challenges. The college is still experiencing challenges, but we can be proud of the role that our college has played and is playing in the life of the territory. This institution, I believe, holds a place among its sister institutions in the region. It has served citizens from other Caribbean countries through its programs in disaster management and financial services, possibly others. And we hope that in going forward, we will be able to take these areas to higher levels of efficiency. It is my hope that the college will be able to offer specialized bachelor's programs in any area where we have a competitive edge. There is no doubt that HLSCC has contributed to the economy of the territory, and it will continue to do so. Therefore, I say the college has served students ranging from teenagers to senior citizens. I still remember the hugs and the kisses lavished on me during the excitement of that memorable day when a group of senior citizens completed a basic course in computing and had their own special graduation ceremony. I say that to say that this college belongs to the community and its doors are opened to everyone. There is a place for everyone who wishes to explore, discover, and develop what he or she can become. So I say to each of you who hear me, this invitation, remember, those of you who hear this invitation, remember that your place in this institution can only be filled by you. And now turn to the graduates of the day. I know it's your day, but I had to say those few sentiments, and I have not forgotten you. Do you know that during the past 25 years, 2,537 students have walked through the halls of this college, and you are included in that number? I say to you then, as you join your predecessors and take your places in the territory or the wider world, try to be little candles in the world. I'm very pleased with some of the achievements of our past graduates. Sometimes I'm even overwhelmed with the excellence of their achievements. All of you today have achieved various levels of excellence, and I challenge you to build on your achievements. One of the opportunities where your excellence has already been rewarded, and you have heard about it before, is your membership in the Honor Society Phi Theta Kappa and the awards that many of you have received. Kudos to your lecturers and administrators who have guided you. I understand that 12 of you have been awarded scholarships, each valued at $20,000 per year for the duration of your studies at Jackson State University and Texas A&M University, as long as you maintain a GPA of 3.4. That's not impossible. I would like to congratulate all of you who have done that. And I do say congratulations on behalf of the board. If our founder were here today, he would be proud of you, and he would say something like this: I know I was right, old boy. I really can't speak like him, but I know his words. He possessed a heart of love for his people, a heart that cared, a heart that loved life, a big heart, a stout heart. I say to you then, follow his example of excellence, and let no storm sink your ship of love. Let no water wash away the fragrance of your love, but let each sunbeam you see brighten your way. Let every hope refresh your journey. Let every dream deepen your vision. Let every struggle strengthen your resolve to succeed. I say to you, let all that you have learned in this institution help you to govern your island in the sea, and let it be your comfort when times are blue, and let it be your star at midnight. Finally, as we celebrate this Silver Jubilee, I want to reinforce my thanks to all members of the board, the presidents, vice presidents, deans, heads of departments, lecturers, staff members, and the governments of the Virgin Islands, the students, and the community for your service to this institution. Specifically, I would like to say thanks to Dr. Clarissa Lane, who will be leaving us soon, and also to past Associate Vice President Dr. Christine Hodge, who has left us since last graduation, and any other employee who has served and left since last graduation. I encourage all of you not to fold your sails, but continue to sail to a wider horizon. For those of you who continue to carry the torch of HLSCC, I admonish you to go forward with the undaunting faith of your founder, so that those who celebrate the Golden Jubilee will be proud of your stewardship. May God bless you all.
Thank you, Dr. Whitley. We will now have a special selection from Mr. Christian. That was absolutely beautiful. I remember I was a young boy when that song first came out, and it's nice to know that it's still very relevant in today's world. Could we give the HLSCC Graduation another round of applause, please? I will now invite Dr. Sauda Smith, the acting Vice President of the college, to introduce the keynote speaker. Thank you.
Dr. Robert Mathavius' name has been synonymous with financial services in the British Virgin Islands since 1984. Dr. Mathavius, a career public servant, retired from the BVI civil service in 2001 after a 25-year tenure concentrated in finance and financial services. He served as Director of Financial Services from 1993 to 2001, Financial Secretary from 1985 to 1991, Deputy Financial Secretary 1990 to 1995, and Economist Statistician 1977 to 1980. During his tenure within the civil service, he became the government's principal negotiator and speechwriter on financial services, and budgetary matters. He is currently the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of the BVI Financial Services Commission, known as the FSC, an autonomous agency charged with the regulatory and supervisory oversight of the BVI financial services industry. At FSC, Dr. Mathavius has prime responsibility for establishing and maintaining a regulatory regimen that is fully compliant with universally agreed regulatory international standards and accepted best practices. In 2013, Dr. Mathavius was bestowed the degree of Doctor of Law honoris causa from the University of the Virgin Islands. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, I present to you Dr. Mathavius.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sauda. You will forgive me if I, in the interest of saving my voice, if I dispense with the protocol and just acknowledge and accept the protocol that has already been established, so that today I can speak solely to you, the graduating class of the HLS Stout 2015. Class of 2015, I am honored and humbled by the invitation extended to me by Dr. Dawson to participate in today's graduation ceremony on this, the 25th anniversary of the founding of the HLSCC. Timing, you see, is everything. Last year, Dr. Dawson had asked me to be the standby speaker. So I was just standing aside just in case the speaker, who eventually had another standby speaker, did not attend. So, class of 2015, like you, I too have had a long time to prepare for today. Our time has come. Allow me, therefore, on behalf of the BVI community gathered here, including those listening by radio and watching via television, your friends and families, and indeed on behalf of my own family, not only to congratulate you on your accomplishment, but also to thank you in advance for what you can and must do to bring meaningful change to these Virgin Islands. Graduates, we salute you. Your graduation today has reinforced our beliefs and fed our hopes that you and all of us who desire a better BVI country will continue to travel down a path of progress and prosperity together. This is the path that was laid a long time ago by a great British Virgin Islander, to whom we all owe a great debt of gratitude. Like you, I too am part of the living legacy of the late Honorable H. Lavity Stout. Where I am today is a direct result of the doors of opportunity opened by the Honorable Mr. Stout. Those that have taken me all around the world, but have made me always realize that I can travel far, but my nest is right here in the British Virgin Islands. And having had the privilege and opportunity of working closely with him over a span of about 20 years, as Deputy Financial Secretary, as Financial Secretary, then as Director of Financial Services, and as one of his speechwriters, I believe I am qualified to tell you something about the man who 25 years ago founded the college that now bears his name. National icon, father of the modern BVI, chief minister, landscape developer, local preacher, elocutionist, statesman, fundraiser extraordinaire, champion of all things British Virgin Islands, philosopher, chorister, man of good taste, husband, father. The titles do not tell the tale or explain the span, the grasp, the scope, or the influence of this exceptional British Virgin Islander, a man inspired by faith, influenced by the church, and rooted, deeply rooted, in the British Virgin Islands. A man who became the embodiment of Shel Silverstein's The Giving Tree, and who showed the catalytic and lasting effect that a single person with sufficient self-belief, drive, power, resilience, and an ability to inspire can have on a country. A man of passion and a man of compassion, the Honorable HLSCC Stout had the tenacity and the audacity to stay focused on whatever he dreamt was possible for his people, and to ignore the naysayers who stood in the way. Indeed, the Honorable HLSCC Stout took great delight in defeating his doubters. How vividly I can recall him and the Honorable Omar Wallace Hodge going around the territory in the late 1980s with stickers, with flyers, with brochures, sticking them up on trees, giving them to whoever would. Brochures and stickers that proudly proclaim our college is a must. It has been said that some people want things to happen. Others wish they would happen. The Honorable HLSCC Stout made them happen. Honorable Stout willed the community college into existence when others said all it would do was produce intellectual midgets. I can look at you and see none of you are any midgets. You are giants, and don't let anybody fool you. You see, Mr. Stout was a man who suffered not from the tyranny of low expectations, or who allowed others to do so. He set high standards and demanded high standards of himself, his country, and his people. He believed that there was no problem we could not solve, no gridlock we could not break, no barriers we could not overcome, and no compromise that could not be improved upon. He knew that there could be no success without successors, and you are his successors. So you have to guarantee that the legacy continues, and you have to guarantee that the success continues. How vividly I also remember him standing here in 1994 on the occasion of the first graduation of HLSCC, dressed in his gown and his mortarboard, standing proud as a peacock. Believe you me, if he were here, he would say to you, this is your day. You are our future. You are born to be players in the extraordinary game called life. So climb the ladder of success and now go and amaze us all. Graduates, Mr. Stout expects you to go and amaze us all. Class of 2015. To help you on your journey up the ladder of success, I would like to share with you a few tips and nuggets of wisdom that I have picked up along my professional journey and lifelong journey. I hope that you may find some of these insights worthy of entering into your own personal GPS to help chart your own professional career and lifelong journey. Graduates, the first thing you should know is that the BVI both needs you and wants you. It is starved for your talents and skills. It yearns for your authenticity and energy. It thirsts for your potential leadership. Leadership that will be based on character, credibility, competence, compassion, and consequence. Yes, the BVI longs for and eagerly awaits the fabulous potential that lies in those magnificent, unjaded minds of yours, mind bursting with ideas and innovative solutions. We need an army of the smartest, most able, most passionate, and most resilient young people who are committed to help change the BVI for the better. Be assured that your HLSCC education will shape your future in more powerful ways than you can ever imagine. It gives you a unique, powerful foundation to build on, whether you're going directly into the workplace or continuing to pursue further education or training overseas. Your task is to use what you have learned here at HLSCC to make a difference in the quality of life for these islands. What truly matters is not only what you studied here, but what else you learned. Has the HLSCC experience made you thoughtful, inquisitive, courageous, serious, caring, generous, and compassionate? Or has it made you haughty, pedantic, truculent, or vain? I ask these questions because it is never too early to contemplate what type of legacy you want to leave behind. Working towards a legacy, whether in academia, business, or in your personal life, keeps you motivated and performing at peak. It gives you, or it gives a higher purpose to your life's work, and above all, it helps you to share the fullest of who and what you are with others. So graduates, I ask each of you to think about what your legacy will be. Will it be one of honesty, hard work, selflessness, sacrifice, integrity, and thoughtfulness towards others? Will it be one of excellence in everything you do? Or will it be something else? Will you take care of the people around you or of the fragile environment that sustains the British Virgin Islands? Will you be sensitive to the needs and circumstances of those less fortunate than you? Will you love and nurture them in the way you should? Or will you simply pass by on the other side? Will you pursue employment options that allow you to make the world around you better? Or will you seek financial gain for its own sake? Will people feel generally better for interacting with you? At the end of your lives, how intense will be your footprints in the sands of time in the British Virgin Islands? Now let me tell you something. When I went to college some 40 odd years ago, attending university or college was a rare phenomenon for British Virgin Islands students. Accordingly, the BVI community, and especially the Honorable H.L.S.C.C. Stout, expected and demanded much of those who were afforded the privilege. For me, that meant that I wanted to repay the taxpayers who had funded my studies. Through a lifelong career in the public service, I have sought to give my best at all times and to serve with distinction. I have tried to conduct myself and to behave in such a manner that it would never ever be said of me that I had graduated from university with a magna cum mediocrity or a summa cum pomposity. Graduates, class of 2015, never ever let those things be said of you also. Your graduation today must make sure that you recognize the privilege that an educated person means that you excel in civility, in tolerance, in respect to others, that the same type of thing that you want people to treat you, that you will treat them. You see, for me, my belief has always been not only that you must do good, but that we must do so quietly. We must share in secret. We must give when there is no crowd applauding, and we must give to those who can offer us nothing, absolutely nothing in return. Unashamedly a BVI Islander and unapologetically a product of the BVI public education system, I did not come from a rich family, but I was offered rich opportunities by the British Virgin Islands. And I stand here as testimony to the fact that if we seize the opportunities we are afforded, the script of our lives is ours and ours only to write, that nothing is set in stone and that everything is possible, that we must never let others define us, limit us, or pigeonhole or stereotype us. Class of 2015, you alone must define yourselves, and you must do this by listening not only to your head, but to your heart and to your gut as well. You are embarking on a lifelong journey at a pivotal time in the development of these islands. This country and this college has evolved much since the passing of the Honorable H. Lavity Stout. But further improvements is still possible and desirable. And I believe that no one is better prepared to make those improvements than you, the graduates of 2015. You see, this is still a country of opportunity. Your graduation, therefore, today is for some of us an occasion of hope, optimism, and excitement. Do not therefore allow yourselves to be consumed or overwhelmed by any of the negativisms, the cynicisms, the skepticisms, the pessimisms, or any of the other isms so prevalent today about the BVI. Do yourselves a favor by surrounding yourself with positive people, positive thoughts, positive words, positive habits, and positive values. Learn from the words of Gandhi, who said, "Keep your thoughts positive, because your thoughts becomes your words. Keep your words positive, because your words become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive, because your behavior becomes your habits. Keep your habits positive, because your habits becomes your values. And keep your values positive, because your values becomes your destiny." Your reputation is the single most important possession that you have. Endeavor at all times to conduct yourself with honor and dignity, and to live your lives in such a way that if it were a movie, it not only would win the Oscar, but people would come to watch it over and over and over again. Yes, there will be times throughout your journey that you will have to make tough, difficult decisions. Just remember that each of those decisions, whether right or wrong, will become part of your legacy. Graduates, you will soon learn, if you haven't learned already, that life does not always work out the way you want it to, and that the easiest and most expedient ways are not always the best ways to take. That is why I have always sought to adopt a motto in my life. And let me share it with you. Choose your battles wisely. Big enough to matter, but small enough to win. Choose your battles wisely. Big enough to matter, but small enough to win. Experience has taught me that life will never guarantee you any easy road, and that you are not going to meet with approval of everything you do. Indeed, you will not always find joy in what you do, and much of what you do will cause you pain. But I hope and I pray that you will always seek to avoid doing things that will cause pain or hurt to others. Class of 2015, no matter the consequences, no matter the situation, always be true to yourself and to others. Throughout your journey, do not be afraid of saying what you believe to be right, no matter how unpopular it may be. Do not be complicit with the status quo and simply follow the crowd. Sure, if you follow that little bit of advice I've just given to you, you will take some lumps. Sure, you will lose some friends, and you will make a few enemies. But history teaches us that your lives will be richer and better for following the straight path. Sometimes all the pressure you will face as you struggle to meet deadlines, keep your boss happy, and make your mortgage, car, and loan payments, and work your way up the corporate ladder, will seem much too worth it. Believe you me, I speak from experience. But that's when you have to dig deeply into yourself. If you do so, you will find that with perseverance, hard work, and determination, there are no limits to what you can achieve. You see, success at anything comes down to focus and effort, and we control both of them. As my father used to tell me repeatedly, sure, there may be people more talented than you, but there is no excuse for anyone working harder than you at what you do. So never let what you cannot do prevent you from doing what you can do. And don't just do what you're good at. If you just stay in your comfort zone, you will never know what you're capable of, and you will never get to experience the benefits of frustration. Benefits of frustrations, you say? Yes, the benefits of frustration. For frustration can actually be a great teacher. You learn patience, tolerance, perseverance from frustration. Be strong enough to know when you need help and to ask for it when you do. You need also to be strong enough to say, I don't know, or I don't understand. Believe you me, there is usually far too much at stake for you to risk guessing it or faking it. Learning these 7 words often work wonders in life. I don't know, but I'll find out. People will respect your honesty and your self-assurance. No one respects a phony. Remember that the world owes you nothing, and you only get from life what you invest. So invest it wisely. Selfishness and self-centeredness are terminal diseases that have aborted and assassinated many promising careers. They are the cancer that kills relationships and destroy healthy opportunities for growth and advancement. You will need to learn what I was taught by my parents and grandparents years ago, to consider yourself capable and be considered capable is good. To consider yourself loving and be considered loving is even better. But to consider yourself generous and be considered generous is best of all. You see, many people make the mistake of thinking that all the challenges in life will dissipate if they have enough money. Nothing could be further than the truth. When we worship the devils of money, when we hanker after the power and prestige that we believe money and access to it will bring, we are running away from the real world. We are setting up ourselves for a big fall on the perilous rocks of life. So class of 2015, yes, money matters, but never do anything just for money. Never believe that everything has a monetary value or that money is the most important measure of whether you are successful in society. Experience has shown that money cannot save you, but it can ruin you. Now, in this age of Facebook, Instagram, FaceTime, Twitter, never do anything you are not willing to be caught doing or that you will be ashamed of if your parents or loved ones see now or sometime in the future. So be careful what you post. Be careful the pictures you allow people to take of you and post. Remember, your reputation is something, it is hard to build up, but it can be destroyed very, very easily. As guardians of the legacy of the Honorable H. Lavity Stout, and as lifelong ambassadors of HLSCC, it will be up to you, as it is up to me, to take up the cause of preserving the legacy that he has left us. More importantly, it is up to each and every one of us to establish and leave our own legacy, a legacy that is worthy of emulation by our children and the generations of BVI landers yet to come, and a legacy that you yourself would be so proud to inherit. For your college and your territory, but above all for yourselves, you graduates, the class of 2015 must become the difference that makes the difference here in the British Virgin Islands. If you don't do this, you will be shortchanging yourself and the people who believe in you. If you don't strive at all times to make that effort, you will be consigning yourself to a life of mediocrity and disappointment. You are among the brightest and our best. I therefore believe that you will embrace the responsibilities and rich possibilities ahead, and that you will contribute to the betterment of these Virgin Islands with conviction and commitment. In closing, I wish to leave with you some words that are attributed to someone very much maligned by those of us who read the Bible. You know him as Doubting Thomas. I know him as St. Thomas. And in the Gnostic Gospel, which is attributed to St. Thomas, it's a book that did not make it into the New Testament. St. Thomas said these words: if you find out what's within you and bring out what's within you will save you. If you find out what's within you and do not bring out what's within you will destroy you. So class of 2015, find out what's within you. Bring out what's within you and change the BVI for the better. Change it by bringing to it goodness, compassion, kindness, caring, excellence, generosity, selfless service, and respect and civility towards our fellow men. Let this be your legacy. And may the God who has brought you to this moment continue to guide, keep, and direct you in the years ahead. Class of 2015, your time has come. Seize it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Mathavius. We now proceed to the presentation of candidates, awarding of certificates, and conferring of degrees. The acting Vice President, Dr. Sauda Smith, will initiate this aspect of the proceedings.
I hereby acknowledge the protocol established this afternoon. It's an honor to introduce the 2015 graduating class of HLSCC Community College. This class is comprised of 167 graduates from HLSCC and 10 from the Charter and Management Institute. There are 127 females, 77%, and 40 males, 23%. In this class, there are 14 graduating students from Virgin Gorda. The class consists of 34 honor students, 8 males and 26 females. There are 26 cum laude students, 22 females and 4 males. 3 magna cum laude students, who are all female. 5 summa cum laude students, 4 males and 1 female. There are a total of 3 Virgin Gorda students graduating with honors. 1 cum laude student who is female, 2 summa cum laude students, 1 male and 1 female, and the only student at HLSCC with a perfect 4.0 hails from Virgin Gorda. Today we will award 22 certificates of achievement, 24 associates in art degrees, 121 associate in science degrees, and 10 CMI program awards. There are 16 multiple awards, with 3 of these from Virgin Gorda. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our Generation Z, the ambitious, conscientious, confident, and intensely curious class of 2015. The college currently offers 2 levels of certification: the Certificate of Achievement, comprising a minimum of 15 credits, and the Associate Degree, comprising a minimum of 60 credits. Will the Registrar and Dean now kindly present the candidates for graduation, as noted in the program of the day?
Thank you, Dr. Smith. Now, would the candidates for the college's certificates of achievement please rise? Acting President, Dr. Penn, I have the honor of presenting to you and this assembly the candidates for the college's certificates of achievement. The faculty, registrar, and the dean certify that each person to be named has completed all requirements for their program of study and recommend each for the award as noted in the program of the day. Would Marshal Harrigan please bring the candidates forward to receive their certificates and our collective congratulations.
Certificate of Achievement Business Administration, Kamisha Arrington, Shamanda Smith, Reynald Coram, Sandra Arundel, Certificate of Achievement, Supervisory Management. Janice Callwood, Certificate of Achievement, Supervisory Management. Felipe Garcia George, Certificate of Achievement, Supervisory Management. Gypsy Wells Chichester, Certificate of Achievement, Supervisory Management.
Reviewing the recommendations of the college's faculty and your dean, and by virtue of the authority granted me by the Board of Governors of H. Lavity Stout Community College, I award the certificates as noted in the program of the day.
Would the candidates for the college's associate degrees please rise? Acting President, Dr. Penn, I have the honor of presenting to you and this assembly the candidates for the college's degrees. The faculty, registrar, and the dean certify that each person to be named has completed all requirements for their program of study and recommend each for the award as noted in the program of the day. Would Marshal Harrigan please bring the candidates forward to receive their degrees and our collective congratulations.
Chelsea Solomon, Associate in Arts, Education Primary. Gavin Michael Beard, Associate in Arts, General Studies, Education. Delight Baggett, Associate in Arts, General Studies, English, Phi Theta Kappa. Kenisha Bascom, Associate in Arts, General Studies, English. Shanta Blyden, Associate in Arts, General Studies, English. Natisha Claxton, Associate in Arts, General Studies, English. Alexander DeCastro, Associate in Arts, General Studies, English. Tanika Gludd, Associate in Arts, General Studies, English, cum laude. Ty Vanita Hodge, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Lene Thomas, Associate in Arts, General Studies, English. Christina Kisun, Associate in Arts, General Studies, Humanities. Kellyanne Thomas, Associate in Arts, General Studies, Humanities. Bryan Winter, Associate in Arts, General Studies. Alyssa Monet Harrigan, cum laude, General Studies, Music. McKay Deborah Andrew, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Janae Aisha Barry. Charnel Bertrand, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Ranisha Christopher, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Marciel Klein, Associate in Science, Business Administration, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Tavern David, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Kiona Farrington, Associate in Science, Business Administration, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, grade point average 4.0. Shay Omari Alexander, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, and student respondent for the class of 2015. Edith Fraser, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Danielle Deidre Guichard, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Esther Bernit Henry, cum laude, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Addie Jabre, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Tyler Lewis, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Akila Trensier Lewis, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Phi Theta Kappa. Renee Manning, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Ronique Jolisa McMillan, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Nadia Lashana Phillip, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Kilani Smith, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Laura Smith, Associates in Business Administration, Accounting, and Finance, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Nyla Smith, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Phi Theta Kappa. Rhea Sproul, Associate in Science, Business Administration, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Shamika Colleen Stevens, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Deandra Danielle Wisdom, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Natoya Klein, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Accounting. Cleverne Foy, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Accounting. Larhoni Cynthia Hill, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Accounting, cum laude. Yanira Hodge, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Accounting. Erica Wade, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Finance. Joanne Allen, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Finance. Michelle Woodley, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Accounting, magna cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Royette Stewart, Associates in Business Administration, Accounting, and Small Business Administration. Diana Pickering, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Accounting. Lil Chan Mangal, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Accounting. Myron Nibbs, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Accounting. Cassandra Arlene Juliet Lanz, Associate in Business Administration, Accounting, and Small Business Administration. Clinton Walters, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Destiny Williams, Associate in Science, Business Administration. Cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Akima Henry, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Food and Beverage Management. Natloria McCoy, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Food and Beverage Management. Felicia Mills, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Food and Beverage Management, and Certificate of Achievement, Computer Studies. Janique Olivia Thompson, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Food and Beverage. Cornisha Bryan, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Hotel Management. Jillian Ratura Charles, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Hotel Management. Kiana Tanya Cross Smith, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Small Business. Fayola Olisa Douglas, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Small Business Administration. Amina Luckham, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Small Business Administration, and Computer Studies. Nadia Smith, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Small Business Administration. Cade Warrican, Associate in Science, Computer Studies. Melissa Dennis, Associate in Science, Computer Studies, Business Information Systems, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Eliza Tyson, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Financial Services. Gwendolyn Rubain, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Financial Services. Vernessa Williams, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Finance. Ayoka Greenaway, Associate in Science, Computer Studies, Business Information Systems. Anushka Scatliff, Associate in Science, Computer Studies, Business Information Systems. Latisha Sutton, Associate in Computer Studies, Business Information Systems, and Certificate of Achievement, Business Administration. Orelsia Shazine Carlisle Hanley, cum laude, Associate in Science, Computer Studies, Graphic Information Systems. Nima Henry, Associate in Science, Computer Studies, Graphic Information Systems, cum laude. Aiko Stevens, Associate in Science, Business Administration, Small Business Management. Akeri Penn, Associate in Science, General Science. Joshua Raghunath, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Associate in Science, General Science. Joash Samuel Victor, Associate in Science, General Science, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Kemari Foy, Associate in Science, General Studies, Biology, Phi Theta Kappa. Suheidi Frometa, Associate in Science, General Studies, Biology. Kedesia Henry, Associate in Science, General Studies, Biology. Sliva Henry, Associate in Science, General Studies, Biology. Satura Piper, Associate in Science, General Studies, Biology. Joanna Thomas, Associate in Science, General Studies, Biology. Kayla Thomas, Associate in Science, General Studies, Biology. Kenya Kiwana Keela Ward, Associate in Science, General Studies, Biology. Kendrick Glasgow Jr., Associate in Science, General Studies, Technical Option, Construction Technology. Cum laude. Sharonda Pickering, Associate in Science, General Studies, Technical Option, Construction Technology, Associate in General Studies in Construction Technology and Engineering and Architectural Drawing. Jasmine Dalmida, Associate in Science, Construction Technology and Engineering and Architectural Drawing, Phi Theta Kappa. Kamoy Smith, Associate in Science, General Studies, Technical Option, Automotive Engineering Technology. Gabrielle Cricky, Associate in Science, General Studies, Mathematics. Michelle Parsons, Associate in Science, General Studies, Chemistry. Joel Mbungu, Associate in Science, General Science. Summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Paul Muralon, Associate in Science, General Science, Summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Colin Dominique Joseph, Associates in Science, General Science, and General Studies, Biology. Jonayo Farquharson, Associate in Science, General Science, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Sean Richardson, Associate in Science, General Studies, Technical Option, Marine Technology. Lisa Dawson, Associate in Science, Human Services, cum laude. Mara Dean, Associate in Science, Human Services, cum laude. Caroline Ismail, Associate in Science, Human Services. Monet Kimani James, Associate in Science, Human Services, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Rhea Pemberton, Associate in Science, Human Services. Shasha May Pickering, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, Associate in Science, Human Services. Shayna Alyssa Latoya Potter, Associate in Science, Human Services. Heidi Titus, Associate in Science, General Studies, Technical Option, Engineering, Architectural Drawing, and Certificate of Achievement, Land Surveying. Shakoy Stevens, Associate in Science, General Studies, Technical Option, Engineering, Architectural Drawing. Shahid Barzi, Associate in Science, General Studies, Technical Option, Engineering, Architectural Drawing. And Certificate of Achievement in Computer Studies. Sean Leonard, Associate in Science, General Studies, Technical Option, Electronic Engineering Technology. Monique Francine Williams, Associate in Science, General Studies, Technical Option, Engineering and Architectural Drawing, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Betsy Ann Spence, Associate in Science, Human Services. Ladine Thomas, Associate in Science, Human Services. Irma Vanterpool, Associate in Science, Human Services. Gabrielle Williams, Associate in Science, Human Services. Felice Woolard, Associate in Science, Human Services. Tamara Caesar, Associate in Science, Natural Science, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Javier Hakima Naomi Foy, Associate in Science, Natural Science, cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa. Jimoy Alric Sanders Korea, Associate in Science, Natural Science. Janae Tanisha Maria Christopher, cum laude, Applied Associate in Science, Culinary Arts. Kadia Kiara Potter, Applied Associate in Science, Culinary Arts, Phi Theta Kappa. Melina Nicole Stout, Applied Associate in Science, Culinary Arts, cum laude.
Acting President, Dr. Penn.
Reviewing the recommendations of the college's faculty and your dean, and by virtue of the authority granted me by the Board of Governors of the H. Laverty Stout Community College, I award you the degrees as noted in the program of the day.
Would the candidates for the Chartered Management Institute Diploma in Strategic Management and Leadership please rise? Acting President Dr. Penn, I have the honor of presenting to you and this assembly the candidates for the Chartered Management Institute's Diploma in Strategic Management and Leadership. The faculty, registrar, and dean certify that each person to be named has completed all the requirements for their program of study and is recommended for the award as noted in the program of the day. Would Marshal Harrigan please bring the candidates forward to receive their awards and our collective congratulations.
Mauricia Henry. Jennifer King Great. Joan Sandra Lindsay. Kyle Moses. Felina Moss. Rosina Norris Gums.
Acting President Dr. Penn.
Reviewing the recommendations of the college's faculty and your dean, and by virtue of the authority granted me by the Board of Governors of the H. Lavity Stout Community College, and following successful assessment and verification by the Chartered Management Institute, I confer upon you the Diploma in Strategic Management and Leadership with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining.
This year, we wanted to do something a little different. We do have some special awards that are noted in your program. So we're going to ask the students, when I call your name, please, to come forward to receive your awards. The President's Award for the achievement of the highest cumulative grade point average, full-time student, 4.0, Ms. Keona Farrington. The President's Award for the achievement of the highest cumulative grade point average, part-time student, Ms. Larhoni Hill. The President's Award for Outstanding Performance in General Science, Joel Mwambungu. And the President's Award for Outstanding Performance in Education Primary goes to Ms. Shemaine Bruley, but she's not walking today. We have the Appleby Award for Excellence in General Studies English goes to Ms. Tanika Gludd. The Appleby Award for Excellence in Human Services goes to Ms. Shasha May Pickren. And we also have an Appleby Award for Excellence in General Studies Humanities for Ms. Denlicia Vanterpool, who is not participating this afternoon. We have 2 book scholarships provided by Arifa, and those scholarships are awarded to Ms. McKay Andrew and Deandra Wisdom. And finally, we have an award, Ernst & Young Accounting Award, which goes to Miss Michelle Woodley. And I believe we do have a representative from Ernst & Young this afternoon. Will please join us on the podium. Thank you.
Congratulations to you all.
We just had all the certificates, awards being given out today. Florence, can you give us a breakdown
Once
of
again,
what the certificates
congratulations
were
to
today?
you all. I would now ask the student respondent.
Okay, we
Mrs.
had
Shea
a
Alexander,
total of 167 program awards given out today. Of that, we had 24 associates in arts, 22 certificates of achievements, and 121 associates in science. We had some very outstanding students. Of that group also, we had 16 who received multiple awards. 13 females and 3 males. And the females include 1 from Virgin Water and 2 from Parakeet Bay.
Speaking of those males, I think we're going to go live to the stage to hear the student respondent, Shea Alexander, and then we're going to come back to some of those details because it's quite a lot for us to cover. Let's hear Mr. Alexander, student respondent. Correct?
On behalf of the entire graduating class, I extend gratitude to our family and friends for the boundless support and encouragement. To our church families and fellow club members, we say thank you. We thank our communities on a whole, whether present today or not. The HLSCC faculty and staff also receive our most heartfelt gratitude, particularly our lecturers and administrators. Finally, we thank the government and people of these Virgin Islands for the opportunity of receiving tertiary education afforded to not many across the world. With us in body or not, we say thank you. We have all arrived at this point today through what sometimes may have seemed insurmountable odds. Today, you see us come on stage and accept our degrees, diplomas, or certificates. This easy task of collecting our official documentation pales when compared to the endless assignments, long nights completing them, challenging group projects, and difficult exams. More importantly, however, was our drive to finish, to sit here today, to have won. Doubtless, our success has been marred by misjudgments and missteps, but it would be remiss of us to focus on what has gone. American philosopher, psychologist, and educator John Dewey remarks, "Failure is instructive. The person who really thinks learns quite as much from his failures as from his successes." Indeed, we developed through our failures, through reflection, but we continued on. For our past mistakes, we are all the wiser. We are now greater than we were. Even more daunting than the past is the unknown, the future. We assure you that we are all full of dreams. We have visions, we have goals, and we have the plans to achieve them. Sitting before you today, we are one step closer to these dreams. In fact, an endlessly more grand horizon has unfolded before us as college graduates. Any future that we desire is now ours for the taking. There is, of course, the matter of possible troubles. None of us are unaware of the likelihood of failure in our future, but we stand assured that the possibility of struggles is nothing compared to our own limitless potential. Thomas Edison, the renowned inventor, mused that were we to do all that we were capable of, we would astound ourselves. Having explored the past and imagined the future, we are left to ponder, what else is there? The now, of course. It is in the now, the present, that we exist. But what is the now? What is the present? Is it some tangible entity we may choose to enter or to disregard? I dare say we have no choice here. The now can be understood by deep introspection and understanding of who we are at this very moment. In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters to what lies within us. What lies behind us? We reflect on it, we take pride in our successes, and we learn from our failures. Our past has shaped us, and we are grateful for the lessons of life. But we are greater now, and we press on. What lies before us? Our future. A frightful creature, to be conquered or conquered by. But we are strong, and we are prepared. All we are short possession of in this very moment is who we are. We are our kindness, our determination, our drive, our strengths, our morals, our passion, our dreams, our knowledge, our values, our experiences, our courage, and our potential. That is who we are. That is our now. Choose to live your life in this very moment. Do not fret on the mistakes of the past or the possibility of a dire future. Instead, ground yourself in your power, in your now. As graduates of HLSCC, we have grounded ourselves in the beauty and power of now through our motto, which is visible everywhere in this ceremony today. Fellow graduates, let's share it with them. It should be in the booklet, but I'll read it anyway. Simply find our motto. Look beneath the waves, and there it is. When does our future begin? Is it in yesterday? In the past? No. Is it in the here and the now? Yes. Our tomorrow begins when? Our tomorrow begins today. Thank you.
As you can hear from the crowd, that was the student respondent, Shea Alexander.
Excellent.
And he left them with some inspiring words.
Your
about
Excellency,
that your future begins
ladies and
today.
gentlemen,
They're about
please
to
rise
announce the
as Pastor
graduating class,
Letson gives the benediction.
and the benediction is about to be read.
A wonderful time ceremony, and we began around a little shortly after 4, and we are done with 8 minutes to 7. If you're paying attention, so
Yes.
6:52.
Thank you.
So it was a great ceremony. Very, very good.
For every
Definitely
word of
so.
encouragement, for every nugget of wisdom, and for every impartation from your throne this afternoon. May it be that these words resonate in our hearts and be like light within our minds. And as it was said, that learning never ends. I pray for the graduates, God, that you would enable them to see that this is just the beginning. And Father, I pray for this institution also, that out of her you would raise up great leaders for this nation. I pray a blessing upon it, O God. I ask that you would bless our leaders, bless our country, and bless us as we go from here today. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Letson. The graduation exercises are now concluded, but please, ladies and gentlemen, remain standing for the recessional, after which you are cordially invited to a reception in the adjacent tents. Have a pleasant evening.
Okay, folks, we've come to the end of today's graduation exercises. 22nd graduation exercise of the HLSCC Community College. Before we wrap things up, as we now have the receptional in progress, I'd like to read a few more shout-outs before we leave. We have Michelle Parsons. It says, I hope your dreams take you to the corners of your smiles, the highest to the windows of your opportunities, and to the most special places of your heart has ever known. Congratulations, Michelle, and remember the future belongs to believe in the beauty of their dreams. We have another shout out from Sad Smith. This is going out to Nadelia Smith. She wanted to give a shout out to her sister at commenting on her success at HLSCC from Mommy, Sadia, Abby, Amari, and the rest of the whole circle. Another one comes out to Deviana Hill. Congratulations, Tony Hill.
I also want to add to the congratulations to Moni's one of my students, which communication class. Smith as well. So many, Miss Christopher is also there, Sean Leonard. A few students I've seen today, Mr. Foy as well. So I want.
Okay, I have a few more that I need to read out before we wrap up.
She knows herself.
Oh, yeah. She would like to congratulate Alicia on graduating today from the food and beverage management of this particular program with HLSCC. This is from the entire McCoy family, especially her cousin Tish McCoy. We are very proud of her in completing this journey. Another message is from Shantae John. Congratulations to Danelia Smith and Fidel Woolard on their commendable accomplishment. We also have one from Shirley George. She would like to congratulate Nat Lori McCoy on her big day. Miss McCoy seems to be very popular today.
Very popular.
Yes, she did it. May God continue to bless you in all of your future endeavors. Love, always. Sorry she's not here to be here with you today. In addition to that, I also got a Facebook message, a personal Facebook message from Miss Angela Burns Piper, who would like to give congratulatory messages to her daughter, which she has posted in her message that she would like to give congratulatory messages to her daughter. Where is it? Give me one moment, guys. Let me try and wrap it up. As the students are now on their way.
While we're here, I guess I want to add, I saw this morning Washima Gashar, who is away in England. She sent congratulatory remarks to her mom. I think it's Jennifer King, who is in the class today. I thought it was very touching because Washima and her mom graduated at the same time from the institution, and her mom came back today to get the chart.
In the CMI program.
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
Really brilliant.
Okay, I found Angela's message, and she said she would like to say congratulations to her eldest daughter, Satura Piper, on her graduation today with her associate's degree in general studies.